What if I told you that even after watching hundreds of highlight reels and documentaries, you still don't really know Michael Jordan? Before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and like this video, because what you're about to hear will change the way you see the greatest basketball player of all time. Most people think they know Jordan, the championships, the shoes, the iconic tongue-out dunks. But behind all that glory hides a side of MJ few fans ever get to see. For starters, how many people know that Jordan is a trained motorcycle racer? Not a hobbyist, but a fully equipped, track-suited competitor with his own racing team. He fell in love with high-speed biking after watching professional road racing. And of course, being Jordan, he couldn't just sit and watch. He had to master it. The same man who dominated courts decided to chase adrenaline on asphalt. But adrenaline isn't always about competition. Once, it was about compassion. Back in the late 80s, Jordan met a young boy named Eric Barber, a child who had lost the ability to walk, but challenged MJ to a game of wheelchair basketball. Instead of brushing it off, Jordan showed up. They played, and that little boy crossed him up and scored right over him. The smile on MJ's face said it all. Even the greatest can take an L for the right reason. Of course, Jordan has also done some strange things over the years, like the time his actual underwear was auctioned off, worn, washed, and tagged for over $3,000. That's right. Somewhere out there, a collector proudly owns the GOAT's old boxers. But not everything about Jordan's life is funny. One of his deepest fears was born in tragedy. When he was just 7 years old, a childhood friend drowned right in front of him. Jordan survived. But that day changed him forever. Since then, he's avoided deep water, never swims, and even wears a life jacket on boats. The man who could fly on the court could never bring himself to swim again. Still, Jordan's life isn't all haunted memories. It's also luxury most of us can't imagine. His Charlotte penthouse, towering over the city, features Italian lighting, 25-foot ceilings, and a 500-gallon bathtub that takes nearly an hour to fill. The place was so massive he eventually sold half of it to another NBA star, LaMelo Ball. Imagine opening your front door and realizing your neighbor is Michael Jordan. But what makes Jordan legendary isn't just his money or fame, it's his heart. In 2016, a video of an autistic man who loved to play basketball dressed as Jordan went viral. Some mocked him online, but MJ didn't laugh. Instead, he called the man personally, sent him gear, shoes, and even a heartfelt message reminding him to always enjoy the game. That's the Jordan most people never see, the one who quietly changes lives. Of course, fame has its weird moments too. Back in 1990, Jordan's iconic number 23 jersey mysteriously vanished right before a game in Orlando. The Bulls' locker room was turned upside down, but it was gone. He had to play in a blank number 12 jersey. Days later, investigators discovered a security worker had literally crawled through the ceiling tiles to steal it. The thief hid the jersey above the locker room, planning to retrieve it later. Safe to say, he didn't get that chance. But if you think Jordan's life was always about basketball, think again. In college, he majored in cultural geography, and his dream job wasn't basketball at all. He wanted to be a weatherman. Imagine turning on the TV and hearing, "This is Michael Jordan. Expect sunshine tomorrow." Life didn't always hand him sunshine, though. When his marriage ended in 2006, it became the most expensive divorce in sports history. His ex-wife walked away with $168 million and their Chicago mansion. For a man who'd conquered everything, it was a loss that hit harder than any game. And speaking of close calls, once, during a martial arts show, a performer accidentally sliced Jordan's stomach open while cutting a watermelon on his chest. What was meant to be a fun demonstration turned into an emergency trip to the hospital for stitches. The crowd got more than they bargained for that day. Even off the court, Jordan found himself in unexpected controversies. During the early 90s, He had to testify in court about a $57,000 check he wrote to a known felon. Money Jordan said was to cover a gambling debt. He walked away with his reputation intact, but it exposed the side of him the public rarely saw, competitive to a fault. Then there's the mystery behind his number 23. The truth is, it started because his brother wore 45. So Jordan picked 23, half of 45, rounded up. Who knew a family compromise would end up defining an entire brand? Hidden on his body is another secret, a small mark on his chest that fans long mistook for a tattoo. It's not ink at all, but a brand, symbolizing his college fraternity Omega Psi Phi. Yes, the GOAT was literally branded for brotherhood. Of course, his intensity didn't stop at opponents. Teammates felt it too, especially Horace Grant, who once said that after bad games, Jordan would stop him from eating on team flights. MJ reportedly told flight attendants, "Don't feed him, he didn't play well." That's cold, but Jordan could also laugh at himself. During the 1990 All-Star Weekend, he joined the three-point contest and completely bombed. He made just 5 of 30 shots, the worst performance in contest history. For once, the GOAT couldn't buy a bucket, but for every low, there was always a comeback. After breaking his foot in 1985, an injury so severe doctors warned he might never be the same, Jordan defied them all. The next full season, he averaged 37 points a game. Pain never had a chance against him. His work ethic was unlike anything the sport had ever seen. His trainer, Tim Grover, tracked every step Jordan took on the court, forward, backward, left, right, building a workout plan around his every movement. That's how deep the obsession went. That's how legends are built. And while Jordan earned about $90 million in the NBA, he's donated over $100 million to charity in his lifetime. He didn't just inspire people with his game, he changed lives beyond it. But maybe the most touching story of all was his bond with Kobe Bryant. When Kobe was just a hungry rookie, Jordan saw something in him. That same fire. They became mentor and student, then brothers. Years later, after Kobe's passing, Jordan broke down in tears, saying he'd lost a little brother. For all the competition, for all the glory, that was MJ's truest moment of humanity. Michael Jordan wasn't just a basketball player. He was a symbol of obsession, fear, compassion, ego, and greatness, all wrapped into one man. He could fly above the rim, but his real power was in the way he inspired everyone to rise higher than they thought possible. So if you learned something new about the GOAT today, make sure to subscribe and like this video, because greatness deserves to be remembered, and stories like these are just the beginning.